We'll do it in post. Okay, so let's put that correct title down there. I'll just change it when it's uploaded to YouTube. It'll be fine. Chop puppy. Okay. Turn my monitor so I can see a little bit. Chop puppy, don't get rolled over. Alrighty. So, on March 30th, 2021. Parched. I had to get a drink of my water. On March 30th, 2021. So, something like 15, 16 months ago? I don't know. More than that. No, yeah, like 18 months ago. 18 months ago, we sent these cards out. I did all the wrestling with the box nonsense before starting the video this time. Yeah, so, I don't want to share the link. Let me share the link real quick, and then I'll start that dramatic entrance again. It's not that dramatic. Man, my throat's still recovering from being sick and then giving a webinar while I was still recovering from being sick. Okay, so let's close it and let's post this here. Okay, there we go. Cool. So, one more spot. Over here. That's where I want to put that. Okay, cool. So, yeah, 18 months ago, we sent out these 1960s cards. Move a couple things to have a little bit more room to work here. We sent these out and finally got them back. They came back today. Just as I was heading to the post office to mail some stuff out to people. These showed back up in the mail. And I signed for them and threw them in the car while I left. So, we have one card that they did not grade that they threw in the middle there. We'll see it when we see it. It's interesting too because I think they're a little gun shy now about Trimgate. Remember Trimgate 2000, whatever that was, not 2000, 2020, 2019 Trimgate. Where they graded too many cards that they realized later were trimmed and everything. I think they're really, really gun shy about that now. And so, like, I sent a card that was definitely not trimmed. It came straight from the pack. I sent it, and it came back. I sent it to PSA 3 times. It came back 3 times. What a waste. It was really unfortunate because I knew it wasn't trimmed. I saw it get pulled from the pack, and I sent it myself. But in any case... so now I think they're really, really gun-shy about it. Hey, Connie. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I think they're really gun-shy about it, and so, like, if it's slightly off, they're going to throw it back. I'm going to save the last 2 of my cards for last, and then I've got these 3 cards here that are Sean's, and I'm going to start with those, and then we'll dig into my cards. And on mine, I'm going to start with the one they would not grade. And then we'll rip into the next ones, and then we'll do my last 2 last. These are all, so back in the day, circa 2001, March, they had a special running that quarter for 1960s, anything in the 1960s. They had a special. I don't remember what we paid for these. I have to go look again. But it wasn't a lot. It was pretty cheap special, and I'd been waiting. And so I pulled out a whole bunch of cards, and we got together enough to make a submission. I probably sent a couple that didn't need to go, but that's fine. In any case, this is what we got back. So we'll start with Sean's cards. These top three are Sean's. Oh, the camera's all... I pulled the camera out, and then I took the camera off my computer because I wasn't using it, and then that was just last night, and now I'm using it again. So lesson learned. Anyway, the first one for Sean is Tony Perez. This is a 1968 Tony Perez. We sent a lot of 1968, I think, or a handful anyway. Number 130. This came back excellent, mint 6. Not bad for a card from 1968. As you can see, the centering's a little off on the back, both top to bottom and left and right. And then you can kind of see, to me, it kind of looks maybe a little top to bottom. Maybe both ways. At least a little bit top to bottom. It seems bottom heavy. And of course, like getting it pristine is going to be kind of hard. But that one came back a 6. And then, how about this Joe Morgan and Sonny Jackson? 1965 Topps Astros rookies, Morgan and Jackson. That's a great card, and that came back a 6. Not too bad. So again, there's some obvious centering issues. And given that there's obvious centering issues, like you're not going to expect a 10 or a 9 necessarily. And there's a little bit of a corner whiteness on that corner, it looks like. Anyway, that one came back as 6 also. And then the last one of Sean's, this one has a big crease on it. I don't remember, it's been so long. There's a big crease right there. You can see it in the light. Right across the bridge of his nose and going up through the middle of the Astros team name. I assume that was there when we sent it. It's been so long I forget. But it came back a 2. Probably the crease will really do a number on the grade for sure. But that's a 1966 Joe Morgan. So, and we have kind of a theme here where we have the 2-player actual rookie from Topps, and then the solo player follow-up for the next year. And we'll see that later with Nolan Ryan. I sent in my Nolan Ryans. So let's dig into some of my cards now. At least I get to reuse this the cardboard with the card inside tape. I wonder how many they sent out and how many problems they had before they put card inside on the sticker. Like, was that an issue? People were throwing away their cards that didn't get graded. Anyway, this one says do not holder, minimum size requirement, the horrible minimum size requirement. So PSA is saying this doesn't meet our requirement for size. We're not going to grade it, which is really unfortunate. This is a Grover Cleveland Alexander. Anyway, Grover Alexander, 1961 Fleer. I sent a few of these 1961, and we'll see some of these coming up here. I'm not going to be like terribly heartbroken about it. I moved on already. I want to do all the 61s together. I don't know why they're all split up. Ooh, I love that card too. That I'm going to do right before my Nolan Ryans. So let me get my 61 Fleers together. Was that it? That might have been it. Yeah, and we got a couple of football and just a lot of really nice old cards. Okay, so next is Rogers Hornsby from 61 Fleer. And move back so it focuses a little bit. That one came in 6.5. Not too shabby. I had at least a whole bunch of these 1961 Fleer, and I sent off the ones that I thought were better condition, so maybe not. I just said that, and then I'm looking at this one, this Melot, and it's a little rough. It's obvious. As soon as I looked at it, I didn't have to look too hard. The corners are really, really rough. Anyway, this one came back a very good 3. I probably threw this one in just to make enough cards to get graded. So that's a 3. Or maybe I threw it in for someone who I know who collects Melot. Anyway, there's a Tris speaker. That one came back a 5. I think our lowest might have been that 2, and our highest might have been an 8. I think we have an 8 in here somewhere. Okay, so let's dig into next. Wait a second. Put the wrong one over there. Anyway, let's see here. 66, 67, 69. Put that one over there. Let's dig into some 68s, I guess. So we got a Tommy John, and I honestly thought that was in much better condition. Oh no, wait, this has bad corners and a crease. So I'm thinking of a different card, maybe. Tommy John came back a 3. It's alright, I guess. Then we had a couple more 68s we do. So next we have AL strikeout leaders. That one came back a 7, which is nice. Dean Chance, Sam McDowell, Jim Lomborg. Not like the biggest card in the 68 set, but really nice. It came back a 7 at least, so pleased with that. Remember, a lot of these were estate finds that were just kind of thrown in boxes, and some of them were pretty lucky to be in the condition they're in. This is the one that came back. It came back 8.5. Bob Aspromonte. 68 Bob Aspromonte. That one came back 8.5. That's the highest grade out of this bunch. Which again isn't horrible for a bunch of 1960s. Johnny Podres, that one came back an 8. Okay, I forgot I had another 8 in there. That's a 1966 Topps. And then we have some more 1966 Topps in here somewhere. I'll do football after those. Just the one. Vic DeVilio. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I sent his card in for grading anyway. Anyway, that one came back a 7. And then this one came back a 4.5. It looks like it has a little crease on there. I don't remember that, and I don't think I would have sent it with a little crease. Not for Ron Clark, Jim Olam, Twins rookie stars. I don't think I would have sent it if I had realized there was a crease. I'll have to take a look at if I took some before shots, but came back a 4.5. I don't think I've ever seen anything come back a 4.5. And then we've got Bill Singer. That one came back a 4. This is from 1969 Topps. It's alright. And then the second to last baseball before I do a couple football. We've got 1960 Grover Alexander. So I sent in a couple of Grover Alexanders. This one came back a 4 from 1960. It's just a cool looking card. That's a 1960 Fleer, by the way. Alright. So then I've got a couple more a couple of football cards, and I'll go back to baseball for some of the ones that I was really happy to send in, that I was kind of excited about. So 1967 Philadelphia, that's the team. That's the set name. 1967 Philadelphia. They're all yellow. This is the LA Rams team card. This one came back a 6. I don't remember if I was hoping for a higher grade on that. I think I was. It's a nice looking 6, but it's a 6. Oh, the centering's horrible. The left to right centering, so I probably wasn't looking for too high of a grade on that. And then that's a problem when you send them out like a year and a half wait. Just don't remember what you sent. Anyway, 67 Philadelphia, Charlie Taylor. And that one came back a 6. That one's got a little bit of centering issue. There might be some tinting on the backs of these two, showing the age. So I think you get hit a little bit for that. Okay, so that's those. Now let's get into a few of my favorite ones, at least of my cards. This one I just thought, this is a super cool set. If you can find these, this would be kind of a cool set to put together. Man, the video just does not do that justice. It's a 1965 Topps embossed. So 1965 Topps had its regular set, which we just saw some of. But then they also had these embossed cards. And they're actually not terribly expensive to pick up on eBay or elsewhere. I would have thought, when I first saw this, I thought, wow, that's a really incredible card. I have a few more of these. And I would have thought that would have been pretty expensive to get your hands on, but they're actually kind of cheap on eBay. Anyway, that's a PSA 5. Now we've got a couple of Nolan Ryans. I'll start with his second year. That's the 1969 Nolan Ryan, number 533. That one came back very good to excellent 4. And this one I bought, I don't remember what I paid for it. But, you know, it's obviously, it's got a bad corner, and it's very, very off-center. And mostly I just wanted it because out of all the base cards of Nolan Ryan from like 1968 to current, I think this was the only one I was missing before I bought it. And I bought it right before grading time. So I wasn't expecting like an 8 or a 9 or a 7 to come back. I just wanted to get in a slab for my Nolan Ryan PC. And then, and I'm actually trying to get more Nolan Ryan slabs, but I'm kind of picky about what I get. And then we have my card that I kind of didn't care too much about the grade for. I had hoped for a higher grade than this, but it's not in great shape, and it has a really bad corner down here. And I bought it pretty cheap. I don't know, 15 years ago? Yeah, probably about 15 years ago. So I bought it pretty cheap, and it's always going to stay in my collection. It's my first Nolan Ryan rookie. It's a little bit crooked cut, so it's probably why it's such a low grade. But I don't really care as much about the grade. I'm glad to have my Nolan Ryan back. I've missed this thing for a year and a half. I haven't been able to look at it or have it in my hands. And so I'm super excited to have this back in my hands, no matter the grade. I would have been upset if it came back ungradable after having it gone for that long. So at least it came back with a grade. And that's it. That's all of the stuff for today. I think we're going to have more HGA submissions going out soon. And that's probably all that's on the radar in the near future. But when anything new comes back, we'll do another video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys later.